So how Unifone begun was I was one of 4 boys growing up rurally, and we didn't have any broadband at home, and with a dad that worked for himself, took a lot of calls in the evenings, so the only option we had was dial-up broadband, and that tied up the phone line, so we were fairly limited as to how much internet we could use. So we after a wee bit of research, we figured out or came across this wireless internet stuff. So after a bit more research, we figured out that we could do this over a couple of kilometres and bounce a signal from the nearest township to get broadband into our place. And after we got our place online, we soon figured out that all of our neighbours in the local community and around the area that knew us had the same problem. They either had families at home that needed broadband for kids, or trying to run farms on dial-up when they could get it to work. So yeah, we saw that there was a potential business case there at the time, and got a few of the neighbours hooked up. Things progressed from there through to I ended up going to Otago Polytech for several years and making friends there that were actually doing a similar thing around Dunedin City, providing internet to Scarfies who just wanted broadband and no phone line, and in those days you had to have a phone line to have broadband. So yeah, we soon realised that there was a market there to provide wireless broadband into these homes instead of using the chorus network and getting the students hooked up onto fast broadband at a good price point. So from there we got to a point where we needed some more capital, and we didn't know a great lot about. We knew how the wireless internet part of it worked, but not how the business structure works. So we had some other people come in and help us and actually set up the company, and we got some money in there and did some marketing at the likes of orientation weeks with University and Polytech, and probably one of the biggest marketing tools that we still use today is the word of mouth. So it was basically our friends and family that we got connected up first, and then they had friends and family that we connected up after that, and yeah, things sort of grew from there. After several years of doing predominantly broadband around Dunedin City wirelessly, Chorus announced that and government announced that there was going to be fibre coming to the urban areas. So we sort of went back to our roots and decided that probably the market going forward would be the rural market. So we pushed into the rural areas around Dunedin City, both north and south, and focused our growth in those areas rather than in Dunedin City. So we've continued to grow that rural market, and it was just as fast as we could with the resources that we had, really, and that was only sort of 1 or 2 sites a year that we could build, and every time we built one, the community that we went into and provided this great internet service soon spread the word to other communities, and we just had more and more inquiries coming in for service. So we continued to build basically as fast as we could, and then we got an opportunity to be involved with the government's rural broadband initiative, and essentially what that's done for us, if I simplify it, is free up some capital so that we can build these sites faster into these rural communities. So currently we have coverage from the Catlins, just on the Otago Southland border, heading south, right up through Balclutha, and then heading all the wee coastal settlements where there's a lot of holiday homes and things, right through to Dunedin, and then going north of Dunedin all the way to Palmerston. And in the last 12 months we've expanded up through central Otago as well, through the Maniatoto Plains, and right through to Alexandra. Yeah, coming up we've still got another 12 months of build, and that'll take us into North Otago right through to the Waitaki River, and a bit more up through to between Cromwell and Wanaka. So at this stage we've got about 90 sites, between 90 and 100 sites, and a lot of those are solar powered and pretty remote. So we now have 12 staff and split between Dunedin and Balclutha, 2 offices, and that's a mixture of customer support and installation teams and site build infrastructure guys. So yeah, we pretty much do everything in-house, and yeah, we've probably got another couple of staff members that we'll be looking at in the next 12 months as well. So other than the word of mouth advertising, that's still a big part of our business, the other thing is the local business. So we have a lot of customers with us because they like the local aspect. They can talk to somebody that knows the area, and they can come into the office and talk to us, and we can do bespoke solutions for them. It's not a one size fits all approach, and we think that, well, from feedback we get from customers, that they really like it. So looking into the future, I still see that there's a big need for the wireless networks and the WISP networks around New Zealand, existing as they are today, and further expansion, and also probably supplementing that is the continuation of rollout of fibre networks around the country. Chorus and the other fibre companies are still rolling out lots of fibre, and that's great for us. It gives us, we sell fibre connections as well, so as they become available, we can switch people from wireless internet onto fibre services. But certainly in those rural areas, our niche markets that we have at the moment, technology will improve, and we'll continue to invest in our network and continue to provide fast services for these rural users.